Okay, right, so onto your 540 attempts. It's kind of hard to give too much info on what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong, because, I only saw two, and, they're attempts, but they were just looked like overzealous tornado kicks rather than a proper 540 attempt. I think I'd recommend practicing your tornado kick, even if you feel comfortable with it as it is now, get it better. In my eyes, if you want a good 540 when you start out, you want a very, very good tornado before you try it. So, I'll try to do a couple tornadoes and show you what sort of power and height you should be aiming for. So, and then I'll talk to your head to get it. Okay, so you should have seen those. The main thing is to go up, and I'm very sure I've covered all that in my tornado kick tutorial, so it's probably worth going back and rewatching that and just see if you can pick out any tips that you might have missed the first time around. And if you haven't watched it at all, then that's stupid, because I am the king. You should watch it. But yeah, a lot of it is in the chest and arms, which a lot of people sort of don't pay attention to when they're using kicks. I mean, it's the same as a jump or a backflip or any trick at all. If your center of gravity goes higher, you've got more chance of landing the trick, or more chance of doing the trick well. So if you do your tornado kick and you jump to about here and you're barely getting off the ground, you might get a nice kick out, but you're going nowhere from that. So when you set up, you want to get to here, and this goes up that way. So maybe a good thing to practice, like you can see, is just go and work on throwing your arms up and use more power. And then throwing the kick. Another tip I could give for your tornado kicks and turn them into 540s is when you do your tornado kick, you should be facing away from your target. And, so try not to be landing here. You want to try to land more this way. So if you saw in the couple I did, that way, so it's more, you gotta get up, and it's this leg spinning around along with the height and that motion that's going to get you across to here. And if you can get to here when you do that, you're essentially doing a 540 kick. So I'm only out of bed, so I'll try to do a couple of 540s for you. Yeah, I'm not really sure how they're looking, because I had a couple of pieces of chocolate just there to wake me up, and yeah, I'm really tired. But I guess the main part of a 540 is, a lot of people will just say, oh, just land the kick leg, land the kick leg. That's grand if you know how to do it, but the secret of, you say you're in this sort of position in the air, you've just shown your leg up, can't really use my arms, but you get the idea. And when you're doing the kick, this leg, instead of just tucking, has to go over here. So it's got to go like that. And then if you jump right, you're going to land on this leg because it's the only thing that's closest to the ground. So I'll try to do it like to like emphasize it. If you want to practice, just go over, and then once you get used to that motion, but make sure you're doing that, because that obviously it's not going to take as much height as well to get the kick out, so make sure you're doing that super high. Then practicing like tornadoes, or like get the kick out. Then if you want, drill tornadoes to the point that you're shooting fucking lasers out of your feet, so that they're so powerful. So when you do a powerful tornado kick and flick your hips like a 540, you'll land it no problem. Because to be honest, that is the only difference between a 540 and a tornado kick. If I do a tornado kick, normal one, and now same like I'm not going to even try and do a 540. Just going to do a tornado, flick my hips. Even wanting to, you end up landing on that leg because you've put it to that position. So if you jump up and do a 540 with the correct height and spin, should be no problem to. I don't think there's anything really much else for me to say. I've dragged on far too fucking long. A quick note on your cartwheels. I know you're saying you're trying to like avoid loads of shit on the ground, but keep this leg straight, because you're sort of going, and I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but it's bending and stuff. If you keep it locked out, just put it on the ground, you're grand. Like, forget about this leg. This leg has to follow, because you know, it's attached to your body. That's it.